Hey guys, it is Tuesday, May the 30th, 2023. I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. I had a great time. I traveled, saw family, ate a lot of food, had fun. But now back to work, back to trading, back to all the stuff I normally do. So without any further delay, we're going to get into DXY, metals, and energy. We'll start off with our crude. As you can see, it's just kind of going sideways weekly chart up here. There's a squeeze play. Looks like the pressure wants to go to the downside, but it hasn't cracked that 71.85 yet, or at least closed. But it looks like it wants to push lower. We had a PPS sell signal, but now it looks like it's bouncing back up. This is the daily. The daily's showing a squeeze play now to the upside, so it's kind of just consolidating right now. Hasn't decided where it wants to go, but the bigger time frame is indicating maybe a lower price action. However, if it closes above 78.30, 46, we have a weekly close above that, then this is probably all going to change. RBOB, same thing, kind of in a rut in the mobile bands. Hasn't really decided, but it's RBOB looks a little more positive compared to, they kind of mix. It's the Hakanashi candle is positive, but the trend is positive here, but it's still negative here. So it's kind of mixed. There's pros and cons, but they have the same squeeze play. It looks like the pressure is to the downside, but it hasn't really triggered because it's kind of more flat. We haven't gotten the red ones like that here. But on the daily, it's still in chop fest. Hasn't really decided where it wants to go. You can see it's just going back and forth here. Natural gas, which I'll be covering in more detail today, as you can see, we just entered a squeeze play on the weekly. You see the histogram looks like it wants to explode to the upside, and we just enter a squeeze play, meaning that prices are being contained and they're going to explode. My bet is that it wants to explode to the upside. Oh, however, the daily is in chop fest. We haven't closed above 249, but we haven't taken out 233. So it's there, and also 225. So it's kind of in this range, undecided, and it's not really moving anywhere as of now. Heating oil, kind of the same thing. Looks like it's just going sideways, dwindling a little lower on the weekly chart. On the daily, got a PPS sell signal, and there's a squeeze play that started on May 22nd. And it looks like from the shorter time frame that it wants to explode to the upside, but you can see price action is just kind of sideways in this range. If we take out 230, it's probably going to test 215. But if we take out, what is this level, 242 all the way to 244, we're probably going to get a nice little, pop. Let's go to the metals real quick to see what's going there. As you can see, I was forecasting for this week, maybe we'll get a pop, because I think the dollar is very overextended. There's a little time for a little retrace. And so far, price action on the daily is kind of indicating that, but it hasn't closed above 1983, which is this level right here. Still kind of chopping around. The Hakanashi candles are positive, but the mobile band price action hasn't closed above that. And you can see that it's now getting a like a bump up, but still in chop, still negative on the weekly. But I could see maybe a retrace to the upside. On the silver, same thing. Although silver's not really showing like it really wants to turn. It's a little more weaker compared to gold. We need to close above 23.49, and it's just kind of, it tested it, and then it just kind of going sideways there. What's this? Copper, same thing. Broke this level of 382, pushed lower. Squeeze play is to the downside, just triggered. And it looks like now we're getting a little retrace up, but we haven't closed above 371, so it's still negative. Maybe it could be a dead cat bounce and then go lower, but we'll see. But so far, the pressure's to the downside on copper. Platinum, same thing. Testing the this pivot low 1042 from the bottom. And if it could close above 1042, then it could regain and maybe test 1117 all the way to 1148. But that hasn't happened yet. Although the trend is still positive, you can see that the weekly candle is showing a little weakness. And you can see it on the daily right here. We're hovering around 1041. So if it could close above there and close above the 1070, you got a fighting chance to test 1137 and 1148. Looks like there's a squeeze play on the daily, and that the pressure is also to the downside on the daily. Well, on the weekly, there is no squeeze play. It just kind of wants to continue grinding higher. Let's go into palladium. In palladium, we have a sell signal. PPS sell signal now is bouncing, and we enter into a squeeze play as of today, kind of like natural gas. You can see on the daily, it's finding support at the 1405, so that's good. As long as we don't take out 1405, we have a potential to bounce back up. And I'm thinking the dollar's going to pull in this week, so maybe we could get a nice little pop back up. But if it doesn't, then obviously it's probably going to test 1333. Let's go to the dollar. I got a lot to cover. As you can see, we hit this angle right here. What was that high? 104.53. We're starting to pull back. If it pulls back, I could probably see in testing the 50 this week and then bouncing and regaining strength and pushing probably higher. But so far, I definitely see a pullback for this week, but I think this will probably be the target, 103, see if that holds. Almost kissed 25%, which is 104.61, but I think that's going to be where it's going to find support and go back up. So that's the dollar. So let's go into natural gas. I don't have that much time. So you can see that we're right here in the cloud. The market sentiment is positive. MACD is still negative. Friday was kind of mixed, leaning more to the bears. Today's, as of right now, is negative but early. Hockey stick, MACD is kind of showing like a hockey stick. It's kind of going sideways, so we're kind of losing Momo here. We know June and July are kind of weaker months, so if we're going to get a pullback, it could probably happen. And we're almost hitting a hockey stick here. Looking at our market profile, we're in the support, and I'm seeing, there was a turning point coming here, and I have a target if it's going to go higher into a 277, and it kind of lines up on the June 12th. So we know in regards to the averages on the seasonality, around the first week, June 12th, around there, it kind of gets toppy if we push higher, and then it pulls back. And also we know on the weekly that around June 12th, the weekly cycle's bottom. So it is a battle of the technical seasonality patterns versus a weekly cycle. Let's go into levels, but I wanted to show you some things here that I wanted to cover in regards to a trading day. As you can see, yesterday was a down day, and today is an up day, and the weekday is up. And tomorrow is a big negative down day, also with the weekday confirming. So there's two that go down to confirm. So let's see how price action for tomorrow. But technically today, trading day, will probably be going up. And if we get a nice flush tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday is a big day according to the trading day, up by 1.15%. Weekday is kind of up to flat, but more the trading day is more positive. And then Friday, that's an up day with the weekday down. An up day. So these are the 2 days they're going up. You lose money on the 29th and on the 31st, those 2 days, and you make money on Thursday and Friday in regards to the calendar of trading statistics. Now let's look at my mind map. Things have, I've adjusted some things. This didn't work out. This didn't work out. This didn't work out. This didn't work out. The squaring these 3 dates kind of worked out. They were a little more positive for me. Some of these dates worked out. This didn't work out. Commitments, traders report, commercial are unwinding. Large speculators are buying. The one you want to eye right now is this large speculator high on May 30th of 110. Looks like we're climbing up. They were very close to taking it out. Regards to your commercial, you want to keep the eye on May 30th of 2022. That was 59,679, and we're on 80. It's going to take a while to get there. But if we take that out, it looks like maybe natural gas could continue trending higher. Regards cycles, nothing's changed here. And Elliott wave, I haven't adjusted this, but you can see daily sentiment is positive. We're kind of flattening here with the monthly and the weekly, so that's good. Let's go back to our charts. I'm already over my time, so let's just do it real quick. We're below 243, and we're below on the weekly 241. So we're going to get a pop. We need to close above 241 and close above 243 to continue the momentum to the upside. If we're going to crash or push lower, 233 is the daily swing pivot low. And obviously on the weekly, it'd be the 258. If it's going to really push, 218, 210 on the weekly. And if we're going to go up, 256, 264, all the way to 272. On the monthly, you can see that this is the line in the sand, 235. And we're just kind of going sideways, so it's kind of green, but we need to stay above that. Push lower, this is going to be support. This is a monthly previous midpoint, 223. So this all right here is going to be support to, if it goes to the downside, all these levels. And if we could close above 243 to 241, chances are we're going to test this, 268 up here. And lastly, the square of 9, that's high, there was a 248 right here. So if you to take the 268 high, I think it was 268 high. It was close to the 247, 246, 247 resistance. We're now at 235, which is right here. If we push lower, 230 could be support. It lines up with the 268. And if we're going to really push lower, anywhere between 214 will be a target to the downside. It lines up with the 194 right here and the 268. So if they flush it, 214 should probably be holding. I'm going to sign out. Went over my time. Good trading, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas, the dollar, energy, and metals.